And yeah, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks so much. Okay, and last but not least today, we have something that's a little bit closer to home for a manufacturer in the space community, which is Lockheed Martin, as they open up a new spacecraft facility here in the Space Coast, Florida. An interesting article because Orion was originally tested quite a few years ago, and it actually was paused for a great period of time while other competitors got to enter into the marketplace to bring Americans back into space on American built rockets. And this just came out July 15th. Lockheed Martin is going to open their new spacecraft facility Thursday to help NASA build the Orion lunar capsules near Kennedy Space Center in Florida. And this is basically just to build the last little part that sits on top. Anyhow, NASA awarded Lockheed this contract for $4.6 billion in 2019 to build 6 new capsules at their new 55,000 square feet facility located right here in good old Space Coast, USA, which is fantastic for the local area. But one of the neat things is that if you guys have been paying attention to what we've been paying attention to, we know that there's a lot of conversation going on about what was actually supposed to deliver these rockets to the moon and Mars and beyond, and who's going to be building the elements that are going to actually land these things in their new locations when they take up their
Hmm.
development space in the not too distant future. So as Corey and I were kicking this one back, it's a convoluted conversation because I think where we were really expecting this to be riding upon was the SLS, which is going to be the old shuttle rocket launch system.
Yep,
And we
yep,
all know that if you pay attention to the channel, they've delivered, okay, their rocket system. They tested. It's actually
yep,
here now
yep,
in
yep,
this
yep.
area, ready to be erected. But the problem is they pretty much have lost their customer support. So they're looking at what's going to actually be used to take these new Orions into space. And I think just before we came on, you said that there was some other thing that you were looking at to find out was there another player now that we weren't really sure who was taking over this, or which one was it?
No, I was looking up some of the timeline for Artemis,
Hmm.
which is the utilization of the SLS for Orion
Hmm.
capsules. The first of which is Orion or Artemis 1, and that's currently set for the 4th of November to launch from the Space Coast, right? So an Orion capsule on board an SLS stack, not manned. It'll be unmanned.
Unmanned.
And so if you're not up to speed on the Artemis 1 mission, I'll put that link down there too. But basically, that's one where the SLS will take off again with an unmanned Orion capsule on board, and then that's going to shoot off to the moon, do an orbit, and come back again to just kind of test stuff out. The first supposed manned mission of Orion would be Artemis 3. So there's some other things, obviously some time to go on before then. But I mean, Artemis, well, rather, I'd say SLS. For me, I mean, it'll be always interesting to see big rockets take off and in person. I mean,
Oh yeah.
certainly when the SLS takes off, Space Launch System, myself and Mike will try to be there for sure because that'll be
Not
super cool.
try.
As with Falcon Heavies or obviously the fully stacked SpaceX Starship whenever that's possible to see in person. Definitely want to be seeing that too.
Right.
But so as we say with like other things, air taxis and whatnot, we like competition. Competition usually it makes things improve
Right.
as far as technology goes. But nevertheless, like Mike said, we're still kind of like, okay, what exactly is SLS going to be used for? Because other players have been stepping in since SLS has kind of been on the back burner. And even if you guys remember, there's even a competition where SpaceX won over Blue Origin to for the actual like crew module that's going to land on the moon
Hmm.
whenever we get that far. I don't know. I mean, we're not sure about SLS. We know there's tons of money tied up in SLS. Many states building different components for SLS. So a lot of the political players out there would love to keep SLS alive, and they're trying for sure. And of course, Lockheed, as we see here, Lockheed's forging ahead as they probably should. As far the money's still coming in for them, so keep it going. But
Well, here's a,
I don't
here's a
know.
little
I
video
mean,
that was
we'll
on the
see.
website that I found that I'm just letting play in the background as you talk. It's talking about the Artemis crew, what the basic development
Yeah,
capabilities are. But unfortunately, this goes back to 2019, which means it doesn't include some of what we know has been the shakeup in this particular development of the rocket and the delivery system, right? So that's
yeah, yeah,
obviously
yeah.
we're not really there yet as a defined part. But the rocket itself, as far as the actual container, is not really the most important. Excuse me, the rocket, the launch system itself is not so much as important as what it is that's actually going to take the astronauts into space, right? To make that actual landing and have all that new experience that, hey, let's face it, we haven't been to the moon since when was the last moon landing?
Oh man,
71, 72,
Apollo 12. All right.
right? It was somewhere around there. You would think that I would know that off the top of my head, but I don't.
72. Yeah, December 11th, 72.
Ooh. 72. I
So,
was
yeah.
right. What do you know? I should have played the lottery this morning.
Apollo 17 is what they're
Apollo
saying.
17.
Final moon landing. Yeah, yeah.
So I guess going forward, let's see what they get developed out of this, because if I remember correctly, and I think the last time Orion actually went up was when they tested it off of, God, it was some older delivery system that wasn't the SLS, that they actually bent the rocket when it was actually just got to apogee, apparently, or somewhere before that. It actually bent the rocket, and they found that out post inspection, which, if my memory serves me correct, so something interesting to look forward to. But hey, the best part is that, again, follow the money. Supply chain is important, and it's nice to see that some other high tech jobs are going to be coming back to the Space Coast area and change again the landscape of the space community here, because Blue Origin, SpaceX, I know that Boeing's here, and now Lockheed Martin. They've all got their their hands into the development of the next level of space. That now the vacuum of NASA really giving this more over to privateers. It's been pretty cool. So new players.
And all this, I know, just as you say, things have changed over the years. Of course, I have to just point out that if we still had a giant, like, space truck like the shuttle, they may have been using it recently to fix the Hubble, which is still having some issues.
See, that's a sore spot. That's a sore spot for many, because we know that the shuttle was so versatile in its role, and it was underutilized in the fact that airframe still had many cycles left to go on it before it was retired. Which great point. Continue, because I know we're
Yeah, because as I'm kind of loosely keeping track of the Hubble issues, if you guys are unaware, the Hubble in orbit is having some issues with the Piers, a module that supplies power to some other components. And there is a backup. NASA engineers have been trying to work out how best to go about this, and if they wanted to risk trying to switch over to that backup, and it looks like they're going to try that. But it's been, I've seen it multiple times in many articles. If we could replace components of the Hubble prior to the James Webb Space Telescope making it up there, which we still would like to see that up there soon, sometime. We've talked about it before and how long that's been in development.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, the Hubble's still up there, and NASA said all the lenses and the apertures and all the sensors, that stuff all is ready to go. They're just having issues with the some power delivery of some components. So
yeah, we shall see what the future holds for that, right? Okay, well, we got more just to come up here, and this one is just more like, I've been threatening this for weeks, and I finally got up off my butt and did it. So there's that. So you know what I'm gonna do, Corey? I'm gonna roll the video of the sim. So one of the things that's on this channel. So if you've been around the channel a couple of times, you might see that there's a video out there with about 1,900 views, which is of my old simulator back circa 2017. It was about the same time I got the Lumix GH5. It was my first foray into really doing some digital editing, playing around, and having some fun with cameras. Well, guess what? The sim is back, and it is back here with a small edit of just the new wheel, the old wheel, a combination of the new screens, which are the wraparound screens, the new actual, what else is new on it? It's got the new monitor mounts. It's got a whole bunch of new tech that's thrown in there. Totally redesigned from the bottom up about a year and a half ago. And let's just take a look at what it looks like today for everybody out there on the channel. And I'll be putting this video up there shortly as well. And there she is. So, hey, one of the neat things about that is that right now I have 0 tunes on the cars. I just basically have gotten the thing put together the way that I enjoy it. And launching a new racing series with a couple of buddies of mine. So that's going to be other information we got coming up here for the fall, which will be kind of neat. And also looking to find participants that actually want to race in some 24-hour races on iRacing. But that's all to come in the not too distant future. But Corey, it's been a while since you've been in the sim. We need to figure out if we need to just put together a day where we just come out here and run some laps and have some fun with it, and maybe put the cameras on it in different configurations, and just maybe do a live stream from here. That'd be fun. I know we've been threatening, but we haven't done it yet. But there will be more to come up on the sim, and there's like 5 pieces of technology sitting in this room that all are worthy of time devoted to them for an actual review, including the steering wheel, the drone, new cameras.
Oh yeah,
Which,
of course.
We're inundated with trying to keep the live stream going sometimes, and that takes a little bit of work. So we have to figure out our work schedules to try to get around the created content and what we can do for the live stream too, because the live stream seems to be doing way better than we expected. We figured we'd have to do features in order to attract people to the live stream, but what's happened now is that the live stream itself is actually doing better than most of the features we put out there. So interestingly enough. And if you're a past subscriber or a new subscriber, go check out some of the stuff that you might not have seen on the channel before. It all helps us out. And if you're not a subscriber and you're watching this, by all means, subscribe. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, very much appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, as we're trying to cover different things that we find interesting. That's kind of how the channel came about. If you haven't heard the story, Mike and I have been friends and doing work together, and we always would chat about these things anyway, because interested in obviously aviation, upcoming tech, obviously high tech toys, cars, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So it's good fun.
What?
Breath of the another Zelda game comes out tomorrow. So if you're into Zelda, don't forget about that. So yeah, yep.
So that's coming out. I know my wife's gonna be playing it, so I'm looking for something else to do tomorrow.
Well, I'll be playing it.
You're gonna be playing it, so I'll probably have to join you in Discord while I'm hot lapping and being like, "Oh, so how is it?" And I'm just gonna be, running around iRacing. So there you go. Yeah. All right, folks, that'll do it for our Thursday. Tomorrow we got the day off, so we're gonna enjoy it. But we look to be back with you on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, hopefully next week, and maybe we'll throw in an extra show here and there. I think, is next week a launch? No, is it?
I don't know. Don't think so.
Is it next week or the following week? I think we got a Delta Heavy something or other. Oh no, Blue Origin is 4 days from now, so that's the one that's gonna go out.
Yeah. Bezos is coming
up. That's 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning. I'll be watching that from my bed, maybe. At least drinking my morning coffee, and then 14 days from today, which is Friday the 30th, we have a 253 launch of Atlas V, which is going to be the Starliner orbital crew test flight. So that's going to be one that's going to attract our attention, I assume, correct?
Yes, yeah, and actually, just talking about SpaceX news too, I just saw another thing this morning. I don't have the link on it, but it was a comment that was basically highlighting how the FAA had reached back out to SpaceX for the Boca Chica setup. They got that tower, that gangway, that giant tower they're doing for SLS or not SLS for fully stacked spaceship launches. And we had mentioned previously they were going to launch from Boca Chica to test the booster, the big boosters from Boca Chica, and then orbit around the Earth and landed off of Honolulu. And the article was just highlighting that the FAA had reached back out to SpaceX and mentioned that they did not have the permits for that yet.
Yeah, here it is.
And FAA warns. We're just kind of saying, hey, just so you know, right, that's not approved yet. We might tell you to take that tower down, but whatever. So I can only see the article, the headline, right? That the FAA tells SpaceX Elon to take his tower down. He's gonna be like, no.
Yeah,
you'll see where that
CNBC
goes,
has got it up there, and this is the difference between the rear view and the normal view. So yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's up there. We'll take a look at it. Something to discuss for Monday, because I'm sure there's going to be an associated tweet with that in minutes. Okay, and I'm sure it's going to be absolutely glorious. So let's figure out what's going on there as well.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys real soon. Thank you, everybody, for your support.
Yep. Take it easy.
We'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a good one. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
And enjoy.
Yes, exactly.
Hopefully it's not super hot where you are, and you can enjoy it. Go out to the beach. I don't know. Have yourself a beverage. Your
Something.
favorite type of beverage?
Take it easy, relax.
Yep.
Hopefully the weather's nice, not always stormy as it appears down here for the moment.
Yeah, actually, looks pretty good.
Actually, today we got some sun. I was out earlier and I was like, wow.
Yep.
So nice.
It's a very nice day.
So,
All right. With that said, which I don't think I've said it all day long, but now I've said it. We're out of here. Peace, everybody. Bye-bye.